Hi guys, welcome back to the Gregorio Girls channel. We appreciate you being here today. So today's video is going to be another first for our channel. I went to New York this past weekend with my best friend Kristen. We took a day trip up there and just kind of walked around the city, took the day to have some fun and explore. And we went to the MAC store in Times Square and I realized that I've never owned anything from MAC. MAC is just such an iconic brand in the makeup world, I feel. So I thought it would be something really fun to do, just to do kind of a first impressions video, my first time using MAC products. I'll show you guys what I got. I'll do some swatches for you. We can talk about the products a little bit and then I'll try some colors on as well. So I'm kind of freestyling this video because I never have done a first impressions video before, obviously. So we will see how this goes. Here's my little bag of fun that I got from the MAC store in Times Square. So first thing, Chris and I walk into the MAC store and I'm like, all right, let's just go in, let's just look, like I just want to see. Now, mind you, we had just left one of the Sephoras in Times Square because there's apparently like 10, but we had just left the Sephora that was like a couple stores away and I walked out and I was like, I'm not gonna buy anything, I gotta chill out, whatever. Obviously the rest is history after we went into the MAC store because I'm doing this video. So the first thing I got was I did a little create your own palette. So I picked out 6 single eyeshadows. Here's what they look like just a little bit closer. Really quick, if you've never done like a build your own palette from MAC before, like I had never done, they come in like different sizes, but you get this little case and this is actually magnetic. So you don't necessarily have to buy the inserts. It was just an extra $1. So I also got the little palette insert. So it just fits right in there like that. And then it holds your eyeshadows all nice and pretty. Okay, so let's just go ahead and swatch each one really quickly. So this first one is this nice matte, kind of like watermelon-y pink color. And this one is called Never Say Never. There is Never Say Never swatched on my hands. You can see it's a beautiful matte, like I said, watermelon-y, pinky kind of color. And then the color that I kind of paired with that, I kind of picked them out in like groups of 2, so each one had a buddy, is this shimmer shade called Honey Lust. Here are the 2 side by side, so you can see Honey Lust there is just a beaut. Like, look at that shimmer. I just want to put that all over my face. And I would call it kind of like a rosy, champagne-y, rosé, bubbly, if you will, kind of color. Because it's nice and shimmery, like a champagne shade would be, but it definitely has some more rosy, pinky undertones to it. Moving on to our 2 blue shades. These actually are both matte shades. The reason being is because I bought this like awesome shimmery single eyeshadow to go with these 2 colors, which I'll show you in a second. So the first color we have is the lighter shade. So this is a matte and it is appropriately called Aqua. So here we have Aqua, and this is actually 2 layers stacked on top of each other of the shadow. Swatched on my hand just to be real with you guys. And then next we have this darker matte shade, like a dark teal, and this one is called Plumage. So there we have the 2 colors side by side. And again, that's 2 layers of the darker color as well. The matte shades are just harder to swatch on your skin, I feel like. So while we're still in the blue color group, I do want to show you guys the single eyeshadow that I got to pair with these 2 colors because it is my favorite out of everything that I bought. So this is the MAC Dazzle shadow in the shade Try Me On. And I mean, like, okay, yeah. I mean, I was dazzled. I've been dazzled. I'm still dazzled by this Dazzle shadow. Like, guys, that is just... I don't even have words to describe it. Like, I am obsessed with it. Last but not least, we have our 2 purple shades. So we have this lighter iridescent purple color called Stars and Rockets. Love that name. And here we have Stars and Rockets on the hand. And that was pretty much one coat. So really gorgeous, like iridescent, purpley, bluey. Like it reminds me, if you've ever like swatched or tried the Too Faced Unicorn Tears lipstick, it reminds me of that same kind of like iridescent, you know, intergalactic sheen of that color as well. And then bringing up the caboose here, we have our dark purple glittery shimmery shade, and this one is called Beauty Marked. This would be awesome for like a deep purple smoky eye. Yeah, so definitely a matte base with purple flecks of glitter in there. I don't even know if you can see the glitter on camera. I'm not sure if it picks it up, but definitely not a shimmer. Definitely a matte base with glitter mixed into it. And then of course I also picked up the tried and true handy dandy MAC Fix Plus spray. I walked up to the register after I had decided on all of my purchases, and it was right there, and they had these little baby ones, and I was just like, okay, all right, I have to buy it. And then they also gave me 2 samples of each of these. So this is the MAC Prep and Prime Skin Base. And I actually used this under my foundation today, and I really like it. It almost feels like how a nice, good, like light moisturizer would go on your face. It doesn't feel like too heavy or like it's just sitting on top of your skin as opposed to really like absorbing into it. So I really like the feel of that so far. And then also this little baby mascara here. It's called, oh gosh, the camera's not going to focus on it, but it's called Upward Lash. And I just have to show you the brush because it is so cute. Look at that. Look at that little baby brush. Look at how cute that is. But I thought it was cool that I got like 2 of these and 2 of these at the end of my purchase. I felt like that, again, helped me justify the purchase a little bit more. Okay, so if you are still watching, now comes the fun part. I think I'm gonna dip into the blue colors and do like a fun, maybe like a halo eye type, mermaid type, teal blue eyeshadow look. So we're just gonna make this up as we go along and see how it goes. Okay, so I have already primed my eyelids with the MAC Skin Base. And since these colors are so bright, I do want to start with some neutral colors to set up the eyeshadow. So I'm going to dip into the Tarte's Pro palette. There's a lot of great like matte neutral shades in here. So I'm just gonna dip into this, this area over here for my neutral shades. And I'm gonna speed this part up just so that we can focus on the first impression of the MAC shades. But I will list all of the colors and where I'm putting them on my eyelids and everything like that down below from the Tarte's palette so that you still know what I'm using and what I'm doing. So now our neutral colors are down, the foundation has been laid, and now we will jump into the fun colors. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take my Sephora blending crease brush that I just used to do that neutral color there in the crease, and I'm going to dip into Aqua. And I'm just going to place that right in my crease, kind of right under where that neutral shade is. Okay, so to be honest, I'm kind of like about how that looks right now in the crease with that neutral color. But let's keep going and see what happens. And I think I am gonna go for that halo eye technique that Shauna just taught me how to do in our last tutorial because I just learned it and I'm kind of obsessed with it, and I think it will go great with these shimmer shades. So next I am going to jump in to, what was this one called? Plumage, right here with a flat eyeshadow brush, and just place it on the outer thirds, like the outer corners, the outer and inner corners of both of my eyes. So here we have the inner and outer corners on both eyes done with that plumage shade, and I really love the way that looks. But to have that shade kind of blend up a little bit more into the crease, we're just going to take our blending crease brush again, no extra shadow on it, and just blend into the crease. And then using that same flat eyeshadow brush that I was just using, I am going to dip into the Dazzle shadow. This is in the shade Try Me On, just as a reminder. And I'm going to blend this with the lines on the inside where we put plumage and start to make it more of like a dazzle shadow halo, a halo eye effect. And I'm gonna bring that in almost to the center. I just want to leave a small sliver of eyelid open to put the light, like rosy champagne shimmer shade in there to really give it that halo effect. But I do want kind of the star of the show to be this this Dazzle shadow color. Guys, I am telling you, like, the only reason that you would not like this Dazzle shadow would be if you hate glitter. Like, if you hate glitter, then I don't know what to tell you. But it goes on so smooth. It's almost, I don't want to call it creamy, but like almost, you know, like buttery or whatever. And so sparkly. Like, I just want to keep layering it on there and put it all over my body and just be a mermaid forever. Okay, and then just in that little sliver in the center there, I am going to dip into Honey Lust. Actually, first I'm going to take a little bit of my Fix Plus and I'm going to spray my brush, and this is going to help us kind of foil the shadow and help it shine better and stick better on the eyelids. And then, like I said, I am going to dip into Honey Lust right here with an angled eyeshadow brush and just place that right down the center of the lid. So I'm actually going to take this smaller crease blending brush, this is from my Morphe 680 set, and dip back into plumage and just deepen that crease up a little bit more. I don't want there to be so much of a harsh line between the shadows on the lid and like blend it up into the crease. So now you can see we just have a little bit more definition in the crease, which is what we want. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back and blend all the colors together over the edges so that they fade into each other more instead of just being like 3 different colors and 3 harsh lines, how they kind of look right now. So first, now that this brush is dry, I'm not going to spray it again, but I am going to take Honey Lust and blend that over the edges with the Try Me On color, to blend those out a little bit. Then I'm going to dip back into the Try Me On Dazzle shadow and blend out the edges there. And then last but not least, we're going to go back into plumage and just define those inner and outer corners one more time, just to make sure everything's blended. Alright, so now that our blending is done, you can take a look at that. I love how, as like you turn your head, how the light catches the shadows and how they just fade into each other. I love it. Last thing for the eyeshadow, I am just going to take a smudger brush and dip back into plumage one more time and just run that along my lower lash line to kind of smoke out the look. Actually, I lied. So last thing really quick for a brow bone highlight, I'm going to dip back into Honey Lust right here and apply that underneath my brow bone real quickly. Alright, ladies and gents, so now that the eyeshadow is finished, I'm going to pop on some mascara and lashes and a lip color off camera, and then I will be back with my final thoughts on this makeup. So here we have the finished look with some lashes and a nice lip color. I definitely wanted to pair this look with a nice neutral lip color, so this is the Too Faced Melted Matte Liquid Lipstick in the shade Queen Bee, which is one of my absolute favorite neutral shades. And I really like the way that this turned out. I mean, I don't typically wear a lot of colored eyeshadow, like when I'm going out or just doing my makeup in general. I usually wear a lot more neutrals, but I absolutely love these colors and the quality of these shadows. Like, the hype about MAC is absolutely real, and I wasn't really expecting anything else but to love it. I definitely expected to love it. The only thing that I wasn't like wowed by was this matte aqua shade here, but I think I just wasn't using it in the right way. Like, I don't think that the crease maybe for this look in particular was the appropriate place to put that, because I ended up putting this shade in there anyway to deepen it up. So I'll just have to figure out, I think, a better way to use this guy. But other than that, I mean, this shimmer is absolutely gorgeous in the center of the halo as the brow bone highlight. And I also realized off camera that I hadn't done an inner corner highlight, so I also popped this shade on the inner corner as well. Hopefully you can kind of see that there. And I mean, of course, I think this will forever be like my one true first love from MAC, this Dazzle eyeshadow in Try Me On. I love this. I absolutely love it. So yeah, I think that's it for this video. I had a lot of fun playing with these colors and just trying them on, and thank you so much for sharing this just pivotal moment in my journey as a makeup enthusiast, trying on MAC eyeshadows for the first time. But I definitely am looking forward to growing my collection of MAC cosmetics. I definitely want to try their foundation and skincare and products just outside of, you know, just eyeshadow. So if anyone has any suggestions on MAC products that they love and you think I like cannot be without them in my makeup collection, please let me know. So I really hope you enjoyed this fun little mermaid looking sparkly halo eye. I don't really know where I'm gonna go looking like this because it is a Wednesday afternoon. I don't really consider this Wednesday afternoon makeup. But thank you so much for tuning into the Gregorio Girls channel, and I will see you guys in the next video.